Welcome to Star Watch Now, your front row seat to all the hottest gossip, drama, and breaking news from the world of entertainment. If it's trending, shocking, or star-studded, we're covering it. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss what's coming next.
When people hear the name Wang Yibo, they often think of speed, precision, and an almost intimidating level of self-discipline. At just 28 years old, he stands at a point in life where the world seems eager to ask one question over and over again. Why hasn't he married? And why hasn't he started a family yet? Recently, that question resurfaced with renewed intensity, and this time, Wang Yibo did not dodge it. He did not wrap his answer in humor, nor did he hide behind vague phrases. Instead, he offered a response so calm and understated that it quietly unsettled expectations. He said it felt too far away. No drama, no emotional defense, just a simple statement that hinted at something deeper. In an industry obsessed with speed and milestones, that honesty felt almost radical. And perhaps that is why so many people stopped scrolling, clicked play, and stayed. Because beneath the surface of celebrity curiosity lies a far more universal story. One about choice, timing, and the courage to live according to one's own rhythm, even when the entire world seems to be watching. To understand why Wang Yibo speaks about marriage with such clarity, it helps to look at how he approaches everything else in his life. Long before he became a household name, his world revolved around practice rules, aching muscles, and repetition that bordered on obsession. Dance was not an accessory to his career. It was a foundation. He did not treat movement as performance alone, but as a craft that demanded control, patience, and respect for detail. That same mindset followed him as his career expanded. Acting was not a convenient transition, but another long road he chose to walk seriously. Each role became a commitment, not just to a script, but to a process of learning, refining, and enduring long stretches of quiet work that rarely make headlines. What stands out is not how many projects he has done, but how he treats each one as something that deserves full presence. Outside the conventional boundaries of entertainment, Wang Yibo's interests reveal even more about his inner compass. Motorsports, rock climbing, and extreme physical challenges are not presented as hobbies designed to impress. They are approached with the same discipline as his professional work. He studies techniques, reflects on mistakes, and treats failure as part of training rather than a personal defeat. In moments when others might look for applause or sympathy, he looks for lessons. This pattern matters because it shows a life structured around focus rather than distraction. When someone lives this way, time becomes a resource that is carefully guarded. Energy is finite, and attention cannot be split endlessly without cost. This is where his perspective on marriage begins to make sense. For Wang Yibo, it is not about rejecting family or denying its value. It is about recognizing his current limits. His schedule is demanding, but more importantly, his mental and emotional investment in his work is total. He understands that building a family is not something that can be done halfway or treated as a symbolic achievement. It requires presence, privacy, and a version of oneself that is not constantly shaped by public scrutiny. As a highly visible figure, even ordinary moments are rarely just his own. To admit that this makes it difficult to fully relax or live freely is not a complaint, but an honest assessment of reality. Another layer of this conversation lies in how he handles rumors and outside noise. Over the years, speculation has come and gone, sometimes quietly, sometimes loudly. His response has remained remarkably consistent. He does not chase every narrative. nor does he attempt to control public opinion through constant explanations. When necessary, he draws clear boundaries. Otherwise, he returns to work. This choice reflects a belief that actions, sustained over time, speak louder than any statement. It also reveals a form of emotional economy. By not spending energy on every external judgment, he preserves it for what he believes truly matters. What resonates with many viewers is that this approach mirrors their own internal conflicts. In many societies today, young adults face increasing pressure to meet traditional milestones on increasingly unstable ground. Careers demand more flexibility, personal aspirations are more complex, and the idea of a single, correct life timeline feels outdated. When Wang Yibo says that marriage feels far away, he is articulating a feeling many people struggle to express without guilt. He reframes the conversation from what is expected to what is sustainable. This does not diminish the value of family. It places it in a context where readiness matters more than appearances. There is also a quiet confidence in his acceptance of trade-offs. He does not present himself as someone who can have everything at once. Instead, he acknowledges that his current life, with all its intensity and constraints, is something he actively chose. He finds meaning in pushing limits, in mastering skills, and in staying true to the path he set for himself. That sense of fulfillment does not come from ticking boxes, but from alignment between effort and purpose. For many viewers, this perspective feels refreshing in a culture that often equates success with accumulation rather than coherence. Beyond his public roles, there are hints of a more reflective side that continues to evolve. Time spent in nature, conversations with people who share his passions, and moments away from polished stages seem to offer him a rare sense of freedom. These experiences do not suggest a desire to escape responsibility, but rather a way to reconnect with himself. They add another dimension to his statement about marriage being distant. It is not an empty future, but a space reserved for when conditions align, internally and externally. Ultimately, the reason this story resonates so widely is not because it reveals a secret, but because it affirms a choice. Wang Yibo's clarity at 28 is not presented as a universal solution, but as a personal truth. It invites viewers to consider their own priorities without judgment. It suggests that knowing what you are not ready for can be just as powerful as knowing what you want. In a world that often celebrates speed and early arrival, there is something quietly inspiring about someone who is willing to say that some journeys deserve more time. If this story made you pause, reflect, or see familiar questions in a new light, you are not alone. At Star Watch Now, we explore the moments behind the headlines, the choices beneath the spotlight, and the human stories that connect us all. Thank you for spending your time with us today. If you enjoyed this deep dive and would like to see more thoughtful stories about the lives and paths of public figures, consider subscribing to the channel. Your support helps us continue creating content that values depth over noise. Stay curious, stay thoughtful, and we look forward to seeing you again on Star Watch Now.